Okay, family, it's Tasha, MAMABEAR Prepping. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. You already know what time it is. We have a lot to talk about today. Things are getting real, you guys, and we're on the precipice of having there's a real conflict going on. Absolutely. But for us, our role and how active we may or may not get changes as things progress. And so, doing something like, hey, cutting off their oil versus oil, that's a big deal. Okay. And so gas is already going through the roof. People are sending me crazy pictures. I got a picture yesterday from LAX. It's like $9. So listen, my point is the time is now, if it has ever been, to full court press, get the things that you need to get, okay? Because it is getting serious. And I've discussed this over and over, how war affects imports, exports. Russia has, is one of the number one grain, exports for us, us cutting off oil. So resource wars are about to start, and you will start to see other countries engage in different things, in support of their allies, okay? And so it ends up being, this is why they call these things world wars, because everybody's involved and impacted. The American people are going to be impacted. Other people are going to be impacted, okay? And so far, we've been trying to do sanctions, and we've been trying to do some things and help in certain ways. But we're inching towards conflict. Okay, conflict that involves us physically doing things. Okay, so get your things. I think the beginning of resource wars are here officially, have started. And I want to talk about some things that I think are going to happen next or ensue next. And it really involves, it really centers around food and how this is going to impact our food, and what people are going to turn into and start doing, and all this craziness, okay? So this is what I think is gonna happen, and then of course I'm gonna tell you how to prepare. So I think panic is gonna set in. I think literally we are on the moment where we've been on a slow grind for a long time. Shortages have been here, they've been getting worse, whatever. This is really bothering me. And they've been getting worse and been, gradually working towards something not so good. And a lot of us can see the writing on the wall and know, okay, something bad is coming, right? And you put that and add to that all our issues and concerns over our supply chain and getting supplies already, and inflation and stuff. And so it's been a battle already, but slow grinding, slow rolling. And now, literally the way this stuff works, you guys, is one day you go into the store and everything is nice. Everything looks beautiful. I was just there. I went to the grocery store yesterday or the day before. I went to 2 stores and they were full. Yes, there was shortages in certain items, right? But overall, the store looked great, okay? I felt good about the store. However, in these things, when panic buying starts, it literally is going to start kind of gradually at first, and then all of a sudden it's going to be full force, okay? Because it starts a little bit, right? A small pack. And once other people start seeing that smaller pack grabbing, and they start seeing with their eyes more people grabbing certain things, then that ensues panic buying. So panic buying is literally, we're any day away from panic buying, you guys. And when panic buying happens this time, it's not going to just come back to the shelves and be hunky-dory, okay? And then panic, what happens when panic sets in, it's the food, it's the grocery stores, it's the gas, it's the preparedness items, it's the camping stuff, it's the anything, gas cans, gas. There's a run on locking gas caps right now. So get your items while you physically can still get them now, because once the panic sets in, everything will be cleaned out, okay? Or it won't be cleaned out, but the prices will be raised so high that you're like, I can't possibly pay that much for that. I'm not gonna pay it, right? It's so high that it's just ridiculous. You're like, I can't even fathom paying that much for that item, right? And so that's what you're gonna see. Next thing I think you're gonna start seeing, when it hits, okay, you're gonna see the food lines and the food banks explode. Kind of like how it did this last year for Christmas and Thanksgiving, but it will be an everyday thing. Basically, if they're open, you can expect super long lines of cars or people, however they're distributing, you're going to see a lot of that. Okay, huge lines. I'm talking about moving forward when things finally snap. Okay. Next thing will be food crimes. Okay, crime in general, I think will go up because people start to lose their minds and go crazy. And when people start to panic and realize they haven't prepared enough, they haven't done anything, they're not ready at all, or they start saying, I can't, it's too late, I can't do this, whatever, then their mind starts going crazy. And then some of those people are going to look for mischief. They're going to look for to make other people miserable. Okay, and you're going to see food be the crime, right? You're going to see home invasions or theft, right? People breaking into homes when people aren't there. And, no longer the day where they're looking for, your jewelry box or your whatever, a TV or something. No, they're going to be looking straight for food. Okay. Food, water, survival stuff. That's what they're going to be looking for. Okay. They're going to be looking for opportunities, soft targets, hard targets, right? They're going to be looking for opportunity, meaning you're driving past your home. Is your garage open? They can see all the stuff. Watching you unload stuff. You should never be doing that no more. You should not be doing nothing, unloading nothing in front of nobody. You pull around the house if you can. You pull into a garage if you can. You take laundry baskets out. I just learned this little trick. Take the laundry baskets out with a few clothes. Take the laundry baskets out like you're going to do laundry. Get your groceries, put your groceries in those laundry baskets. Bring the laundry baskets back, okay? You do not let nobody see you bringing no food and water into your home. No more of that, okay? Garden theft, okay? People stealing food that they know is in a backyard or they can see, jumping fences, trying to steal food. Stealing food just off the side of the road, right? Farmers' crops, right? That's not a thing, but that's going to be a thing if there's global famine, if there's no food, if there's panic going on, there is war going on, things get crazy. Accusations. This is what you can expect. You can expect people to think and say, hey, I think you have more than me. You could be doing something as simple as bringing your bagged lunch to work, right? And if somebody thinks that your bagged lunch is too big or it's very plentiful or whatever, right? How dare you have 2 drinks of water and a juice in your lunch? You're a hoarder, right? So the accusations, not only is it going to come hard and fast for anybody who prepares and preppers and is known for that, and hoarders, people who hoard, that there's a difference, right? Those accusations are going to be fast and furious, but you're going to get to the point where everyday stuff is going to be looked at. It's going to be viewed. And like I said, you go and you have a Gatorade and a water at your basketball game. Like, that's how petty people are going to be. How is that possible? You have that, you're so greedy, right? So you're gonna have to be very, very careful about what you let people see. I already talked about blame to preppers and hoarders, protests. Okay, so you have protesting that will start, right? There's already been protests in the streets about what's going on in Ukraine and our response and this and that, right? That is going to amplify. The more we struggle as a country because of that war, or we get engaged in a more physical manner, or there's a more direct type of conflict that ensues between us and Russia, that is going to cause panic, but angriness, right? People are going to want to be protesting. So that's going to be more people. You're going to have, the more a war goes on and the more our involvement is or non-involvement is, you're going to have people that are upset about that and want to voice their opinions. And it's how ugly those protests get. How violent do those protests get, okay? Looting, right? Again, that's where protests, if it goes to the left, it goes too far. And some of those other agending, type of groups come in, then that's where you see cities burning and you see looting happening in the streets and people trying to take advantage. And I don't know how you could have in your mind that you want some Jordans and a TV out of this store when really you should be worried about food and water in your home. Okay, I don't get it. Unbelievable gas prices. I think we have not seen the end of that. I don't even know how the average American, if they go too much further, how they're going to be able to afford it. If you start talking about $2 more, $3 more by the time this is done, that's hard. That is hard. Okay. Especially if you have people who are commute, right? Yeah, you can do ride share and stuff like that, but that's still very, very expensive. So it's going to be hard times, okay? Compromised imports, we've talked a lot about that, right? Stuff that we get from other countries, stuff specifically though that we get from Russia. You know, don't expect us to get that stuff. That stuff's going to be cut off. If we're cutting off the oil from them, that's going to be cut off, okay? But let me tell you, this man has been preparing for this. So if you think, you know, a few things, it's going to make him mad, but, you know, he's expecting these things. It's not a surprise, some of the things that we could do, right? And not hard for you to know that as somebody who is militarily tactical, right? Trying to figure out what you're going to do to somebody. You know your consequences and things that could happen to you, and then you prepare for those so that you're ready for it. So if you think he's not ready for us to turn off the oil on them, come on. Next thing, this is kind of a weird one, you guys, but as we move forward, and we move into food issues, food concerns, resource wars, things are thin, can't find things at all, panic buying, all this stuff. Animals, okay? Wild animals. And when I say wild animals, I'm not talking about cheetahs and lions, you guys. I'm talking about dogs. I'm talking about even cats, but I'm talking about coyotes, dogs, and being feral, right? Owners not being able to take care of them, letting dogs go, dogs getting out because their owners can't give them food. We've already had a shortage in food, in cat food and dog food. And I know that's a big concern for a lot of you guys. If you can, please, please, please be stocking up. Get on the web, find some, if you are a canner, find some dog food recipes that you can, right, to get it shelf stable, right, get it on your shelf for long term. And if not, there's all types of fresh options that you can make and put in your freezer and stuff like that. Okay, so really look ahead, really think about those things. Don't forget about your pets. But I think that you're gonna have to worry about feral dogs and animals because you're going to have to fend those off. You're going to have to worry about, you know, if you're going for a walk in the evening, one, you have to worry about crime, but two, you got to worry about loose animals who are going to be hungry. They're just like people in regards to when the food's gone, okay? And you're going to have owners that are going to have to let go of their pets, or their pets are going to just break out because they're desperate to get food themselves, okay? All right, how can you prepare? What can you do? I can't stress it. Get your food and water right now. It's not too late. Do it, because any day it could be too late, okay? Shoot for 6 to 8 weeks. I've always said, hey, your first goal, shoot for 30 days. I'm bumping that up just because of recent things to prepare for fallout or anything else nasty that could come our way as an attack, and being able to prepare for that. So that's grid down, that's hardcore cyber attacks on our grid, that's an EMP, that's a CME, that's a nuclear, you know, bomb dropped on us. That's any of those things. So 6 to 8 weeks food, water, that's what you want to concentrate getting in your home for your family, okay? Get your preparedness items and your grid down items now. All the things that you need to make it in your home with no power, get those things. All the preparedness items, the camping stuff, the bushcraft stuff, everything, okay? Get your food preservation stuff now. Anything that you still need, excuse me, excuse me, canners. If you haven't gotten your dehydrator yet, your canner yet, your whatever, okay, get that stuff. If you have a canner, dehydrator, things like that, get all the extra stuff, your Mylar bags, your jars, extra lids, extra, all of that stuff, okay? Get another kit of your backup utensils for your canner, right? So get stocked up on food preservation items, okay? Next thing I have is open every drawer, okay? So right now you should be organized and inventoried what you have. If you haven't done that, do that first. And then if you are like me, I know a lot of you guys are kind of seasoned, or at least heavily working towards preparing, open every single drawer, every single cupboard, every single closet, every single spot that you have stuff. Start writing it down and top it off, okay? This is a good way of, you might have it all written down and you have an inventory, but when you physically say, okay, this is where I keep the toothpaste, and physically look and see, then you know if you need more or not, okay? Open everything, top it off. Open everything and top it off, okay? Concentrate on fuels. Get all the fuels you can, right? I'm not just talking about gas for your car, but I'm talking about your propanes, your butanes, the canisters, I can't even remember what I'm trying to say right now. The little cooking chiffon. Oh my gosh, I can't even think about it. But the little whatever. Anyway, get all your stuff, okay? Fuel wise, right? Get your extra charcoal, your extra wood. Stock up on all your fuel items as much as you possibly can, because that's going to be a problem, okay? This is not going to affect just regular gas at the gas pump, you putting gas in your car. Yes, that's a huge thing, but you need to worry about all fuels, okay? Okay, so I have 2 more for you guys, and these are probably the most important, so hopefully you stuck around to the end of the video. I cannot stress these 2 enough. Okay, no more going to the store and buying stuff with your credit card when it comes to you purchasing food, water, preparedness items. And I know this is hard because I know a lot of people are still snagging that last minute stuff from the the last minute stuff from Amazon, stuff like that, right? And a lot of people would argue, well, you've already bought all this stuff on your credit cards. They already know what you have. It's already out there. And you're right, okay? However, as Americans, we're going to continue to consume. We're going to continue to consume. And stuff is going to move farther and farther down the list, okay? And if somebody is really, really engaged in looking at my history, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, what I bought, fine, so be it. But what I think that is smart is get the cash out, go. So right now, I only get cash. Every time I go to the store, I take cash to get my water and my food and anything that has to do with preparedness item. If it's not those things, I'm swiping it on my card, right? My everyday things that we go to the store to get, we're out of this, whatever. Onesie, twosie food items, we're out of, let's say I'm out of milk, whatever, I'll go swipe it for that. And then outside of that, every 2 weeks, right after payday, the day after, I take my credit card and I get the normal 2-week food. And that's really for us, that's just our, that stuff like, fresh bread, fresh butter, fresh milk, eggs, that type of stuff, right? Cheese. It's the fresh stuff. It's the fresh fruits and vegetables. That's the stuff I'm getting in that 2-weeker. And I'm not going and doing a huge haul, you guys. That's like, man, she bought a lot, just a regular basket for a regular family, okay? And I put that on the card, and so I look like a normal person. That's what I'm doing, you guys. I'm not doing no more letting them see all the times I go to the store and everything that I get and when I buy things, okay? And I'm trying to find stuff local that I can buy with cash instead of hitting up Amazon every 5 seconds as soon as I need something, which I know is a lot of us, okay? I'm 100% guilty of that, okay? And then my last thing is probably the most important thing outside of food and water that you can do, and that is fortify your home, secure your home. You need to get cameras. You need to get motion sensor lights. You need to light up the dark areas. You need to lock your gates, put double locks on things, double lock your sheds, double lock your garages, get you extra locks for your windows and your doors and your garage door. Really think about securing. And then fortification. I've talked about boards, you guys, a lot, getting wood for inside your home. I talked about it specifically yesterday in my video where I talked about 50 things to buy to prepare for nuclear fallout, and boards was one of them. Get your boards, get your big plywood boards, cut them to size your window and have them ready, right? Say it takes 3 pieces of board for your window. Mark it, hey, sliding glass door, board 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, right? And then you put them, if you can keep certain pieces in certain rooms of the house, cool. But if not, put it in your shed, put it in your garage, whatever, okay? If you live in an apartment, I would be doing this and then just put those boards under a bed or in a closet, okay? And it just would be dedicated to that, or my extra bedroom or whatever, okay? I think this is super important because one, when you need these boards, you're not going to be able to just go to your local wherever and get these boards. You need to get them now, get them sized. There's all types of reasons. If things go crazy, I'm talking crazy all the way left, and you're actually having to fortify because it's dangerous, because there's looting, there's marauders, economy has fallen, it's crazy. You need that, okay? If windows get busted out because of nuclear or sonic bomb booms or whatever, you need to have that wood, okay? And it is important to get that stuff and have it now. Also, wood has been going through the roof, so it would behoove you to get this stuff now while you can at this price, because that price is going to be more as we move forward, okay? But fortify your, I cannot stress it enough, you guys. Get your zombie bars, get your extra locks, your night lock for your doors, get your, if you got doors and you don't have security, like screen doors, the security doors, go buy some of those. Those are, I don't know, $300. Get one of those, throw it on your door, or on all your doors, whatever, okay? Think about getting the things you need now to make your family safe, because we are moving into a territory of dangerous times, of dangerous things. And I know to a lot of people that might be watching this, she is batty. She is a loon bird. She is crazy. But this will literally be one of those situations that we will be fine one day, go to the grocery store, everything is fine. And the next day, it's going to break loose, okay? And I am not going to be losing my stuff everywhere in town, trying to get this, trying to get that, trying to get last minute gas, trying to get food, medicines, whatever. I'm not, okay? The whole point of preparedness is that you can, when it happens, you could be like, oh man, okay, buckle up, here we go, okay? It's important to do these things. And you can look at me like I'm crazy, but I tell you what, people thought Noah was crazy too. They thought he was loony. And then they was trying to get on, and they were like, it's too late. Sorry. So we're going to get to a point where it's going to be too late, and it is going to be I'm sorry. I tried. I tried to look crazy and tell you what was up. Okay? So I hope that you guys have a blessed day. Looking forward to your comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.